Okay, Rick, got a full docket of games on the schedule this week. Let's get right to it. Thursday night, Cedar Park, coming down to House Park. They're going to play Austin High. Who's going to win this one?
I saw Cedar Park last week, and they just annihilated Leander. 4 first downs for Leander. Their defense is outstanding. The Austin High, they're kind of one-dimensional. They throw. I like Cedar Park.
I think this game is going to tell us a lot about Cedar Park. I mentioned on the Varsity News blog today about how good this team was and how they might be contending for a title, and a couple of the commenters who responded back said, but they play teams that are combined 1-8 this season. Austin High is 2-1. They have a dynamic offense, and the thing about their offense is they pass the ball a lot. And who else passes the ball a lot? Lake Travis. And so if Cedar Park comes in this game and shuts down an Austin High offense that may or may not have Caleb Jones, but Austin High still has other weapons. But if they come in, shut them out, you know, that might say a lot of things about that Lake Travis game at the end of the year. So I'm looking for Cedar Park to win this game, and this is going to tell us a lot about the Timberwolves. Let's move to Friday. Another telling game is going to be Stony Point. They're going up to DeSoto. Stony Point, they haven't really played anyone in their non-district schedule. I guess some people didn't want to play them, but they played 2 Mexican football teams and I guess decent Wagner team from San Antonio. DeSoto, number 7 team in the state. Stony Point's number 3. Who's going to win?
I'm going to give the home field advantage to DeSoto with Claude Mathis, the former LBJ coach. DeSoto is coming off a 42-41 overtime victory over Miramar, Florida, the defending Class 6A champion from the state of Florida. Like you said, Stony Point has not played anybody really good except maybe one team. I just think that if they can score 42 points against the Florida State champions, they might be 1 point better than Stony Point. I
think Stony Point, I like them to win a state championship this year, but once again, this is going to tell us if that's going to be possible. But they can run the ball. They're struggling a little bit passing the ball this year, but Gus Barrera, Sam Kelly, even Aaron Sharp, they can all run the ball. They can play excellent defense. So I'm going to say Stony Point wins this one. DeSoto's been scoring a lot of points this season, but I think that defense might be able to hold them down, and maybe we get ourselves a 28-24 thriller up in DeSoto.
And you're going to go to that game.
I'm going to go to that game, so if you see me stranded on the side of the road, Stony Point fans, please pick me up. All right, next game, McCallum, Vista Ridge. Vista Ridge is 3-0. McCallum's 1-2. Is Vista Ridge going to be 4-0?
Vista Ridge is going to be 4-0. The reason, their defense. They allowed 8 total yards of rushing last week. 8 total yards rushing. I don't care what, you could be playing Pop Warner League. That's an amazing figure. They've won 3 games all by defense. They've given up a total of 140 yards of rushing offense in 3 games. They're an amazing football team defensively. I give them the edge.
I'm going to actually give it the edge to a team that is not playing defense this year, and that's McCallum. Hutto scored 50-some points in them last week. Aikens was in the 40s the week before, and Anderson got their points too. So McCallum's is going to need to step it up on defense, but they have a fine offense. Michael Sorrells, we talk a lot about him. Colton Lutson's doing a great job at quarterback for him. And Vista Ridge, they got lucky last week. They had a lot of turnovers. Del Valle was not able to cash in on them. And eventually, turnovers are going to hurt you against a team that can score. So I'm going to go with McCallum, but unless they shore up that defense, Vista Ridge has a very good chance of winning their 4th game. Final game, we got Pflugerville, we got Westlake. Last 2 years they were in the same district, and Westlake won those games, but Westlake's 0-3 this season. Pflugerville's 2-0. Who's going to win?
I think Westlake's going to be 0-4 after this week. I know I didn't make any fans in the Westlake area just now, but Pflugerville, they are an amazing football team with the run. Storm Woods, 180 yards rushing last week against a good San Antonio team. I just think Pflugerville has too much offense, and Westlake's been struggling in that area.
Yeah, Westlake really struggled against the run last week against A&M Consolidated. Pflugerville is a very good running team. We all know about Stormwoods, but watch out for Julian Ward. He is a very good secondary option for them, and Alex Dean, their quarterback, can both throw the ball and run the football. So I think Pflugerville wins. I think Westlake moves to 0-4, and I think maybe Saturday morning we have a few fans in Westlake freaking out a little bit. So those are our predictions. As always, check out the Saturday newspaper to see if you're right or wrong, and check back with us next week.